from the FOH Sis podcast, episode 12.
Yep, here we are.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's going on in the world? What's going on in the world today? So I was at work and I was talking to my coworker and I thought it was funny, so I'm going to tell the story. But the guy, he's like a lessons dude, so like we don't talk often, but like we talk randomly. And he was like, hey, want to see this video of a guy, like his experience having schizophrenia? And I was like, don't play the video yet. And I was like, when I imagine schizophrenia, I was like, you know, like voices in your head, like whispering and saying things and just like, but it's nonstop. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it kind of is like what I get when I have a fever. I have like voices talking to me. And I'm just wondering, like, do you get that when you have a fever? Like when your temperature is elevated, do you get like where you hear voices talking or like whisper? And it's like a commotion thing happening.
No.
You don't get it.
I don't get that.
So I'm telling him
I'm schizophrenic.
Dude, I'm telling...
Don't tell me you're finding out you're schizophrenic in real time.
I'm telling him this, and he goes, that's so weird. That's exactly what this video is. And he's showing me the video, and I went, yeah, that's what I get when I get a fever. And he's like, that's kind of alarming, right? And I'm like, I don't think so. And Steve, the older guy that I work with, is like, only when you get a fever, huh? And I'm like, yeah. Or like when I get like overtly exhausted, I get that. Like it. And I was like, and I don't hear anything specific. It's just random shit. And they're like, okay. But it's funny because I'm talking to my coworker and I was like, I read the book you told me to read. And he's like, that wasn't me. That must have been somebody else. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it was you. And he's like, no, I don't read that author. I don't know what you're talking about. It must have been a different lessons guy. I was like, I could have sworn it was you. And then after we watched this schizophrenia video, I'm like, yeah, one of our coworkers was schizophrenic. And they're like, what? And I'm like, he doesn't work here anymore, but he was. Like, he told me like that he was, and he's like on medication for it. And the older guy, Steve, that like tours with him or like doesn't tour with him, but plays shows with him, is like, he's never told me that. And I'm like, maybe I was in a schizophrenic episode. I was like, first the book that no one told me to fucking read. I was like, now this guy, I'm going to go up to him and go, aren't you schizophrenic? He's like, I never said that. And I'm going to be like, turns out it's me.
Dude.
But yeah, I thought everybody got that when they got fevers.
The other day, somebody was grooming a dog, and he just randomly starts being like... And my coworker was like, God damn, he's schizophrenic. and we all started laughing, and I went, no, he's like old and doesn't know where sound is coming from. And they're like, he's not old, he's 4 years old. And then he does it again, and I went, shit, dude.
Oh, the dog. I thought your coworker was doing it.
I was like, dude, he's definitely schizophrenic. Like, he's like looking around like, what's going on? And then, no, my coworker has this thing where she has like such bad anxiety that she sees things. Like visions, like she'll be driving and she'll think a car's coming and she'll like slam the brakes, or she'll be like,
like I've had that in really high anxiety episodes.
She
where
has
I think
it,
I
like,
see something in the corner
time.
of my eye.
Like it's like reoccurring. Heightened. And it happens all the time.
Yeah.
So we were like talking about it, and she was like, yeah, I gotta be on meds now, like anxiety meds. And then she was like, dude, it's happening. Like she was getting it again, and I was like, dude,
like in front of you.
So they were asking her like, you know, do you ever hear voices because you're seeing random things that aren't there? She'll see like people and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
do you
not
ever
that
hear
deep.
Voices? And she's like, not yet. But why are you asking me that? They're like, oh, well, we're just trying to rule out schizophrenia. And she went, now I'm gonna make myself fucking schizophrenic because she's
right.
Like, now I'm like, do I hear voices? Am I talking to myself? Like, she's like, dude, I can't handle it.
Dude, we're 32. We're too old to get new diagnoses.
She's younger than me,
so I don't have schizophrenia that I know of. Unless it can just lay dormant. But you find out probably like before 26, I think is the age cutoff, or 27.
Yeah, unless you do like a crazy drug or something, then it triggers it.
Yeah, like the guy from the Beach Boys or something, Brian Wilson. He was like a dude that did drugs and it like triggered.
Wasn't he like best friends with like Charles Manson?
Something weird like that. I don't know, but
they're all doing like DMT and like
they were doing crazy drugs. But I guess like he awoke in some kind of schizophrenia or mania or something. I don't know what the exact diagnosis. It wasn't schizophrenia, but it was close.
This is an ad for not doing drugs. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Never again. Never again. No.
Yeah. So our thing this week is like Netflix, like the theme, because we were at first I watched the Jussie Smollett because I'm like, listen, I think this dude's full of shit. But I didn't know the backstory and why he was full of shit. Like, I just, like, look at his face when he talks, and I'm like, he's full of shit.
Look, we've watched Empire. He's not a good actor.
That's what I'm saying.
So we can see through the bullshit, right?
Like, I'm watching this documentary, and I'm like, he's trying to give the performance of a lifetime. I was like, this might be the hardest he's ever went in regards to acting.
And it's still falling flat.
And I'm still not believing a word that he said.
But that's the thing, like, so... Also, Netflix. They'd be making anything into a documentary, right?
Right, exactly.
But when that whole thing went down and they were like, he made it up. And then he went on to, I forget what he was on, Robin Wright, like crying or something.
Yeah.
When I saw that in real time, I was like, oh, he's full of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't believe it. But, you know, we were trying to be receptive and be like, let's just watch the Netflix documentary. I'm going in going, I want to believe him.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, who would make something up like that unless you're, like, certifiably insane?
Yeah, so I was going to the documentary because I saw a bunch of clickbait things, like, in different comments, like, being like, oh, he might be actually telling the truth. Turns out he might be telling the truth. So I'm like, there's got to be something in this documentary that makes him you not look like a fucking
or makes
joke.
You doubt the fakeness of it, I guess.
So they go into the beginning, they set the scene, they let you know what the hell happened, and it's like, okay, in my brain, I'm like, there's no coming out of this because the two brothers, you know what I mean? And then it's like, he's like,
brothers that worked with him on the set of Empire that they find on camera, and then they ping their phones and find out that they're in the vicinity of everywhere they're looking.
Yes. And then they have a video of them buying ski masks the day before and a red hat because, you know, MAGA country.
Yeah, whatever. This is MAGA country. But the thing is, for me, it's like, how are you gonna go against all that evidence and still stand by this shit? But let's just put all of it aside. Let's just say it's all a coincidence. They're buying ski masks. They're in the, like, why would they be there? Why would they be walking near him? Period. Did they live there? I guess he lived down the street.
They took 2 cars to get away from the scene, and they were trying to make it like it was weird activity.
Yeah, try to explain away the fact that they're fucking there.
That's what I'm saying. He's trying to be like, no, I don't know why they were in that area at that time. He's trying to say it's a coincidence, and somewhere there's 2 missing white guys that were also in the area.
Are nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. And then in this documentary, the incriminating evidence was a video where they turn the brightness like sky freaking high. They have a cab that's scarlet red that's supposed to be like a dark maroon color. That's how high the brightness is up. And the guy walks by, and I'm like, that looks like one of the brothers. Like, to me, it looked like really
the other
high
brother.
brightness video. And they're like, no, this is a white man walking by. And I'm like, his skin is not white, bro.
But also, like, the brothers. When they finally caught the brothers, and then they found out that Jussie went on Robin Wright and was like, oh.
Those are definitely the 2 that jumped me.
Those are the 2 that jumped me. Why would he do that? Why would he do that?
He's like, those are the perpetrators, and I guess he's assuming that because of all of a white person attacked me. Like, that's the thing I don't get, because you can't you definitively look at these 2. I guess maybe he didn't know it was them, but he did. But, like, let's say he's telling the truth.
And says it's definitely them. They find them on camera running.
They track them, and then he's there like, these are the 2 individuals that you just pointed out on camera, and he's like, nah, couldn't be, because they're white.
Yeah, and then he goes on with whatever, Robin Wright, and rats them out, and then they weren't gonna say anything until
he did that.
And they're like, oh, bet. Yeah, he paid us to do this. He says it's Hollywood. He says people do this all the time. It's some kind of publicity stunt. And we're going to get paid $3,500. I jump a guy for $3,500 to jump a guy?
Fake jump a guy for $3,500?
Sign me up.
Hell yeah.
That would be fun.
Anybody want to hire us for that? Just, contact us at the FOH Sis. I'm kidding. Yeah, but for sure.
Yeah, I jump a guy for
But I
3,500
was
in a
watching
second.
Yeah, I was watching them and I was like, yo, first of all, I just fuck with their attitude. Like at the end they kind of looked a little goofy, like doofy, but because they couldn't remember the name of their book. And
Oh
I
my
think they were
God.
trying to make them look stupid. I think the creator of the documentary was the woman that said she went in to interview Jussie thinking he was guilty, but then she talked to his siblings and they're like, he's innocent. So she's the one who did the uncovering of what could possibly be like contrary in the corruption of the Chicago Police Department, whatever she was trying to paint.
Yeah, but like, how
Then
about
at
those
the end,
two bitches
she
that were
puts the-
being pretending to be internet sleuths, but then we're just like, it just didn't happen, and they had like zero fucking evidence. So,
yeah.
like, bitch,
They have nothing.
try again.
But then at the end, they put that clip and they try to make them look dumb because they don't know the name of their book.
Oh my God, but
And
that was fucking
dude,
funny.
It was hilarious. And I'm like, they can't even remember the name of their own book, but I fuck with them because they are just honest. Like, you could tell they're like, yeah, it was fucking weird.
And we're writing a book, and what's it called again? The Desperate Attempt for a Modern Day Lynching is a crazy title. I wouldn't remember that title either if you put me on the spot.
Yeah, also, that's not the full title. The full title is Helping Jussie Smollett. Then the semicolon.
Then
So he's like
the subtitle he couldn't get.
you couldn't stand a chance. I would never have a book title that
But
long.
also, it's the brothers writing it together. So it's probably the one brother thought of that and thought of 8. He's like, this title's killer. And the guy's like, I'm never going to remember that. And then they're on television. What the fuck is the book called?
yeah, putting him on the spot.
And then the camera cuts and he's like, why the fuck did you call the book that? I'm never going to remember that bullshit.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a good title. What do you mean? They're like
Oh,
fighting
man.
over it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love that shit. It sucked, honestly. Documentary 0 out of 10.
Oh my
But
God.
I think
it
it
seems
just
like a waste of time.
it's
to
a
watch.
waste of resources. How much money do you think they spent on that?
And then who keeps the rope around? Remember when he, like, after he got beat, he kept the rope around his neck? He
To show
waited
the
around it,
cops.
like, what, sitting on the couch in his house for 45 minutes
he's
until
like,
the cops show up?
For the record, I did not leave the noose on my neck. I took it off and I put it back on 20 minutes later to show the cops what was going on. So,
Yeah. While you're
still not normal.
When-
Like, you didn't. Who puts a noose back around their neck?
went home, unwrapped the perfectly preserved Subway sandwich, took the noose off, ate the sandwich, and went, oh, cops are showing up. I better put this back on. It's crazy, bro. It's
Dude.
crazy. No one's going to believe. I mean, I guess some people do believe
Some people
him.
believe it. That's
His
why
family
I watched
believes it.
Well, some people believe it because they're like, oh, maybe he's telling the truth. This is why I watched it, because of comments like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys,
Come on.
I was really rooting for him to tell the truth. I wanted him so badly to be telling the truth because I'm like, listen,
I just didn't believe it.
he just wanted to be a modern day Martin Luther King. I think like he wanted to be like the face of activism. I think they hit the nail
Yeah.
on the head when they said that. The one cop said it was for money. I don't see how
Yeah,
that's
I
gonna
don't even
affect
know
his
how he would
paycheck in
get-
the slightest.
How would he get more money with Empire? Like, my life is under threat, so I should get
I
paid
think-
more?
I think that he's a narcissist.
Empire was a B show anyway.
I think he's a narcissist. He's like a B actor on like this show that was like
Maybe that was
kind of
it.
big, but he wasn't like really the star.
Yeah.
And I think
and
he
the
was
show
like,
was ending.
if I can't be famous for my bad acting, let me be famous for some crazy, like, you know,
Scandalous, thing.
scandal. And then, you know, it backfired. He's crazy famous for, you know,
Yeah. He
for clearly fucking lying.
he's a damn lousy liar too. I just like even watching the documentary, I'm like, oh my God. Like it's just
Dude,
it'd be one thing if he went up there and was like a great actor and I'd be like, because a lot of times with these documentaries where they play both sides, they'll do A and B. I'll teeter a lot because I'm a flip-flopper. Like I can
putting him in was the worst decision they made. I imagine him at the end, like when it wraps,
He
he
thinks it
goes
ate.
home.
He's like, oh my
He's
God.
watching it and he's just like this. And then at the end, he's like Shia LaBeouf, like,
Yeah, crying. Yeah. He's like, oh my God.
because he knows it's bullshit, but he thinks he's selling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Or
Yeah.
maybe he's lied to himself so much that he thinks it's true now.
He's gaslighted himself into just believing
his
his
2 weeks in
lies.
prison? He was the whole time he's gaslighting
It was
himself.
6 days. Or it was less, I
It
think.
wasn't
I
a
forget.
lot. I don't know, man.
He's
But
like, what? I'm supposed to be grateful that I got out 6 days instead of
To
190
whom?
days.
To whom?
And I'm like, I'd be fucking grateful.
I'd be grateful I'm a liar. I literally staged I've wasted police resources, time. I've incriminated my friends.
What kind of human? But speaking of what kind of human, we watched another Netflix
my
documentary, and it was, what the fuck was the name of it?
The unknown number, the high school catfish.
Yeah. So
That's a long title too.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with the names. They need
a new marketing team.
I would literally be like, what's the name of the Netflix
It should
documentary
be
we
called
made again?
Pedo Mom that stalks her own daughter and
Yeah,
her
so-
daughter's boyfriend. I'm sorry.
Spoiler alert, because
Pedo Mom, real big.
Mom is crazy.
Yeah. Because nobody wants to talk about how she's a pedophile.
Yeah, they kind of dance
why
around
are we
it a little
glossing
bit.
over that? Like, the only one who said that was
Was the-
Owen's mom and the Owen.
Yeah, so the
Why am I
documentary,
crying?
because you're laughing, so
Oh my
Pedo
God.
Mom coming soon. Yes.
Sorry to anybody who didn't watch it. We should have put a disclaimer, like, if you want to watch
We'll
this.
put it in the comments of the YouTube and Spotify.
Okay.
It's not like we have
Just
4
pause.
listeners a week or something. It's fine.
Oh my God, we're going to ruin their shot.
We're gonna ruin 4
Mind
people's
you-
perspective of this
mind
Netflix
you,
documentary that they're not gonna watch.
Clickbait already ruined it for me, so I'm sure it's ruined it for a lot of people.
Yeah, so Tree tells me about this documentary, and I go in like, what the fuck is going on? It's like this 2 teenagers, they're in a relationship. It's Owen and Lauren. They're 14?
Started dating at 12, but I think when this started, they were 13, 14.
13. Okay, put this in perspective. 13 years old, texting in like some weird, like they're in a group with a random unknown number that's like harassing them essentially, right? And
Yeah.
the number starts off like, yeah, I want to tit suck fuck.
I want a titty fuck, give your boyfriend
Owen.
No. It was
Yeah.
something, the first
No, the
message
first one
was,
you're
Owen's
up.
breaking up with you. And it just snowballed into craziness.
Yeah,
Like,
Owen's breaking up with you. It's speaking in we's. Like,
Yeah,
we
we.
are after your boyfriend loves us. It's just
Okay.
weird.
can we just address
Bizarre.
one thing? This is a little bit of a sidebar thing, but the last 2 documentaries I watched on like a catfish or somebody messaging online, they give it this creepy fucking voice that's like, go kill yourself.
Yeah, but it's also like there's like a deep thing. Like, let's
Yeah.
try it.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Go kill yourself.
It's literally identical.
And I hate that they're doing this because at night you trying to watch that shit, and I'm like imagining the Red Devil thing from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing is fucking crazy. You know, you can
Isn't
buy.
it just called Her or something? No, that's the singer.
No, you can buy.
It's called
It's the singer.
something.
You can buy those shoes on Doll's Kill with the point. I'm like, how would you even stand in those?
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
Honestly,
if you ever want to be,
if you ever want to paint your body red. Speaking of painting, no, I'm
no
kidding.
tangent.
So
tangent.
anyway, what were we saying?
So it starts off. You
Oh,
know,
she's texting. It's snowballing into crazier shit. Like, I can't even repeat them because I think it's like absurd. Like,
Yeah, it's
basically
like, I'm
saying
gonna
your boyfriend wants to finger my and give you a
and you
you
don't
know
give,
what I mean?
and you don't give them enough blowjobs and like disgusting shit,
Like,
disgusting
yeah,
vile
and she
shit to be
doesn't-
saying to a 13-year-old, and they think it's somebody stalking them, and the whole time they're trying to figure this out. This pursues for like 3 years to the point where Owen and
no, it's
Lauren,
like a year and a half. Because
19
it started
months,
Yeah,
19 months.
Yeah.
So it's a year and a half where they break up and it still goes on. And then the text messages are telling Lauren to kill herself. And no one wants to see her anorexic ass. And no one wants to see crazy stuff.
Yeah. And then we find out it's Lauren's mom. Right? The thing is, for me, Because they try, like, they don't really, she doesn't explain why she did it. She kind of tries to just make fucking excuses about her childhood. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I was raped.
But it's also,
like, fucking
like-
grow up.
Jesus. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, like, a lot of women are assaulted. It's a thing. Like, I think it's like 1 in 3 women or 2 in 3 women. They're not bullying their daughter and telling their daughter to go kill themselves. Like, there's some deeper demons going on.
Yeah, but the thing is, the daughter had no fucking idea because of the behavior of the mom outside of that wasn't like that.
Yeah, it was like a really, they said she's a really good mom.
So, what a fucking
But,
piece of shit human.
okay, you're a really good mom, but you're lying about having a job for an entire year.
Yeah.
2
right?
jobs. You're
Yeah.
like in financial disarray to the point where you have to move 4 times. You're in charge of the finances for God knows what reason. You should be in an asylum somewhere.
Meanwhile, in the "Am I the asshole" post, people are trying out kinky shit and saying, "Well, she liked it, so she's a bad mom." Well, buckle up.
Buckle up, because this is what an actual bad mom looks like.
But the end of it, or not the end, the middle, where it was the reveal that the mom did it, for me, was like, why the fuck are we being so vague and not like, we're just like kind of letting her dance around the fact that she did it. And I guess it's like you don't have control of what people say. But I was kind of getting pissed at the fact that
I wanted the interviewer to be like, no, can we reel this in? Like, what the hell? Why did you do it?
And then also for her deflecting, going, oh, the text messages started off not as me. And
Lie.
then
I would call her on that.
Yeah.
Be like, well, the police said it was your number the entire time.
Yeah, the fucking FBI will tell you differently, honey. I don't know, like, how would they just let her get away with it? Well, that I would be like, no, it was you the whole time.
Well, I think in the beginning when they're confronting her, they just can't have a situation. They need just a confession and to dip, because they're not trying to like poke the bear, I guess, just in case she were to react negatively and fuck up the confession.
The
I'm
whole
guessing.
documentary, maybe she could have backed out if they were like, they're probably have an agreement where we're like, they're not going to force you to answer any questions you don't want to answer.
Yeah. But my thing is, like, she's a pedo, because she was trying to say, like, also the cop said, like, maybe it's like a Munchausen's case. Like, maybe she, instead of making her daughter ill like they normally would do, she's, like, trying to get her to have an adverse reaction to the text messages so she can come to her and she can comfort her. And it's, like, almost like they have a better relationship for
Which
it.
I guess I see that. I think it has to be deeper. I think she
It
had a
has to
thing
be
for
deeper?
I think she had a thing for the 13-year-old boyfriend.
I think she did, because they tried to like bounce over that, but then like I was thinking about it, I'm like, but even after they broke up, she's texting Lauren this fucked up shit, which probably gives her the satisfaction of Lauren coming to her and being like, oh my God, I'm still getting texts. But then you have Owen, who has trying to get new girlfriends, and she's texting him and the new girlfriend somehow getting their information when they're broken up. So it does have to do with him.
Yeah, he's linked
And
to
then
it,
she's
definitely.
like, I knew my daughter wasn't going to commit suicide because I talk to my daughter every day. Okay, what about the other like 5 children at least that are involved in this? Because you have Owen, who literally texts her back, I'm suicidal because of this.
And then
Like,
there were
please
other
stop, please stop.
There were other
There's other
teenagers
teenagers
in the school accused
Being
of doing it,
accused,
being expelled.
being accused and being like harassed probably at school and being like, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this every day, like ruining their fucking lives, ruining parents' lives.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're interjecting in the investigation with the police and trying to act helpful. Like, she's disgusting.
Yeah.
I literally was trying to watch the last like 8 minutes of them telling me about her childhood and stuff, and I was like, I do not give a flying fuck
Yeah,
what
I don't
happened
care.
to this woman.
And it's also like, yeah, I don't really give a shit. And also she was related to her in some sense that she really liked attention. And if you were having a conversation with somebody, she would be dancing in the corner in the background. And I'm like, oh, I already hate this bitch. Because
yeah.
she can't stand like other people
Other
not
people
looking
not
at her.
looking at her.
So
And
maybe
I think
she's like getting older. She feels
Yep.
obsolete. So she's like, oh, well, I'm going to stir the pot in some random teenager's lives because my life doesn't have enough drama or something. Maybe she's thriving on drama.
I think she's thriving on drama. Call back. But I think also it's almost like, oh, well, I think she was personifying a teenager. I think she was imagining herself in the school. and being like, oh, well, I'm stirring all this up. I think she was like trying to be part of their
Yeah.
shit,
But then
which is weird.
it's weird.
It's not normal. Like, and definitely like pedophile tendencies.
Pedophile tendencies, but also like, some kind of mental thing going on there. But I don't like when she was in the court case and she was using that as like, oh, I have some kind of mental illness and I'm so sorry. And she's like apologizing and crying. You're sorry that you got caught. That's why you're crying in front of everybody. And then you're under the guise of, I have mental illness that I need to take care of. Clearly.
Like, yeah, we didn't need you to tell us.
You didn't need
that.
us to, you didn't need to know.
Like, we knew, we could tell you that probably before you figured it the fuck
Dude,
out.
when the documentary started, I was like, she's a little off. She's probably the
as
culprit.
soon as it showed her face, I went, sus.
And that's mean. Because
It's
we're judging the
fucked
book
up.
by its cover.
Yeah,
But
I don't
she
know.
just seemed like she had a screw loose.
Yeah. There's no, like, there wasn't, there. It's in the eyes or something. There's something where I just have a gauge where I'm like, you're fucking crazy. Like, something
Yeah, but
ain't
also,
right.
like, when she was like, we were trying to do this and trying to do that, there was a lack of sincerity coming from her, where the other mom, Owen's mom, was like, we were, like, going into school. We were trying to get phones confiscated. We're trying to get them not to be able to have their phones in school so they weren't getting harassed during school. I took his phone. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, the other mom was just like, we tried so much. What are you trying? You're literally doing. It's so insane to me. It's so insane to me. And then for them to catch her and us still not really have clarity as to why it was fucking happening. Just say you had a crush on the kid. You're caught. Like, just say why you did it.
I think because she got charges for stalking, but I think the charges should have been heavier. I think it should have been like, there should have been some kind of factor with his age, with the language of the text, like how they were grotesque.
Yeah, but they said she got the top, like,
for
sentencing.
stalking.
Oh, yeah.
But if it was a pedophile sentence, it would have been longer.
Yeah, but I don't think can you go pedophile if you're just texting inappropriate stuff to I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess
you can get something if you're sexting. Like, that's borderline.
Drake Bell.
I know she's not sexting them personally, but she's saying Owen's fingers in my pussy making me cream to her daughter and him in a group chat.
Bro, she needs to go to hell.
For real. I was like, I do not like this woman whatsoever.
But also, like, then she gets out of jail and the daughter's like, I want a relationship with her. I was like, you need this.
No, that pissed me off. I was like, girl, that girl needs therapy. That girl needs something, like, she's like dead inside, first of all, when she's being interviewed. Like, hi, I'm Maureen.
I would be dead inside.
Yeah, I would be.
But also, like, that woman needs to stay the fuck away from that girl. Straight up.
I don't know why my mom told me to kill
And also, if
myself.
I were the dad, I would beat the living shit out of that woman.
I think he wanted to.
We don't endorse domestic violence. We don't believe in hitting women until it's this mom.
No, but like,
Beat the shit out of her. I don't give a flying fuck. I wanted to punch her through the TV. I was like, I would literally.
I literally was cursing
her.
at the TV. I was like, fuck this bitch.
All right, that was a little violent. I need to calm down. But that kind of behavior is fucking vile. Especially to, like, when you're a teenager, it's like you're very
so
impressionable.
And she's like, was I preying on her insecurities? Maybe. But
maybe it was my
she was fine.
Because,
Or maybe
like,
no,
I'm
they
anorexic.
asked her that. And she went, you know what? Maybe, yeah.
because I wasn't eating.
Because now I need to make more excuses for my fucking
Because now I
self.
need to make it more about myself. Because I'm a fucking narcissist and I'm fucking insane. That shit pissed me the fuck off. Go watch it if you didn't watch it. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
But that shit was nuts.
Dude, that made me so fucking mad.
It made me sick.
But no, I was going to say, though, the dad did want to beat the shit out of her. Because he was like, you got to get out of here while they're here. He was like,
Yeah.
because I'm going to freak out. And he's like, and then we're both going to be in jail.
Yeah.
Like, you knew he wanted to, like, go off.
He wanted to throw hands, for sure. Which I get.
Yeah.
I would too.
Dude, I wanted to throw hands through the TV, bro. Crazy.
Highly recommend.
Also, dude, Cardi
Not
B.
the Jussie Smollett.
Cardi B, not guilty.
Oh, yeah. No, I was rooting for Cardi the whole time.
Dude, that was so good. That case was so good.
Just the fact that she would go up there and say the most outrageous shit. I love her for that.
Dude, she literally was like, I'm gonna go viral. I think she was like, this is press for like my new album.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like she was like saying like as a closing statement, she was like, listen, I'm a celebrity, but you're not going to take advantage of me. She's like, I'm being nice this time. I'm not going to countersue this girl, but next person that tries to lie on my name, like they're being sued for defamation. She was like, you can't think that just because I'm a celebrity, oh, she'll just give me money. She was like, no. She was like, I work hard for my money. Why am I going to give it away to you guys? Like, I'm not going to do that.
My favorite part was when he said, why do you think she's bigger than you? And she's like, excuse me? I was 130 pounds at the time. Like, and they're just like, dude, everything was a meme.
My favorite part was probably... No, I didn't call her fat. I called her a bitch. I was like, whoa, shit.
I didn't call her fat. I called her a bitch. Also, the part where, what the fuck? It was, well, no, she's not fat. She's security heavy. And they're like, what does security heavy mean? Yeah, it means she could protect the building. She looks like she could protect the building.
She looks like she could protect the building.
It's like
I'm like,
kind of like a backhanded compliment. Like, you know, like when somebody's like, oh.
Like she looks strong, but she also is a big woman.
Yeah, she's saying she's fat. She looks like she could protect the building. She looks big enough to protect the building.
Bro.
So funny.
But I didn't understand I feel like they were good on that because like I didn't understand the relevance of being like, would you call her overweight? Would you call her fat? And she was like,
no, that lawyer sucked.
He was terrible.
All the questions he was asking, I was like, has this guy, did he go to lawyer school? I don't understand.
Did he even try? He didn't even try.
He didn't even try.
He probably knew the girl was lying.
And
he probably was like, I don't stand a chance.
Dude, no, his line of questioning was so stupid. I forget what it was, but I was watching, I was like, oh my God, this guy is horrible. Like, he's just bad. And then, like, Cardi B is too likable. Like, if I were a jury watching Cardi B and then watching, like, the stone-faced lady, like, yeah, I don't know what happened. And I'm watching Cardi B.
You scratched, you got your nose scratched. And she's like, I don't know. Did I, you know, like, it's in the police report. You said that, so, right? And she's like, I don't remember. What are we here for?
Hello? You don't remember? Well, you better start because you're losing this case.
Right?
What the fuck?
They should have said that.
I don't remember.
They should have been like, well, you're losing, bitch, so wake up. Did you drink your coffee today? Like, Jesus.
You better start. If I were the lawyer, I'd be pissed.
I would be like, remember when we were in school? And
I'd be like, are you trying to throw this away?
Remember when we were in school when we had that nun as our teacher, Sister Veronica, and if you stopped speaking or said, I don't know, she would go, the train is leaving. The train is leaving. That's what they should have done.
But, okay, so this is going on a tangent, definitely, but Sister Veronica, so she was a nun.
She looked like the little worm thing on SpongeBob that needs to rub chocolate on her body and make her younger.
She looked like Yzma, too.
Yeah.
Yzma.
But, I mean, they're cousins. They're similar.
Yeah, they look like each other.
The pruny old lady and Yzma.
She taught us third grade history? Fourth grade history. And she would bully one kid.
Oh, yeah.
Michael. He didn't
We're not going to say his last name.
He didn't stand a fucking chance, dude. Because every class. Now, Michael... I don't know if
he got left behind, didn't he?
He got left behind. He seemed a little like he had like some kind of learning thing going on. He did get left behind.
It was before like we gave a fuck
about mental health.
You know, like
or
now
anything.
They care about people that have learning disabilities and stuff. That we didn't have that back then.
They
just were like, you're dumb. Like they didn't say it, but they made you feel like
thrown
the biggest
to the
piece of
motherfucking
shit.
Wolves. And every class. He wouldn't raise his hand.
She would go for the jugular.
You know how kids raise their hand? I think that's extremely important because it's almost like I consent to answering this question because I'm comfortable with answering this question and I'm not going to make a fool of myself. But teachers get mad when you don't raise your hand enough because they're like, oh, you don't know the answer. So she would pray. I'm going to say pray on this child.
Because he never raised his hand.
And he never raised his hand. And she would call on him every class and be like, Michael, what do you think? And he'd be like, and he'd be...
The train is leaving, Michael. The train is leaving.
The train is leaving. And he would just be like, she would embarrass him in front of the class because he didn't know. And I'm like, why are we doing this? I don't know if she got off on it, but she would do it every class. And I distinctly remember being like, this is painful.
Yeah, it was terrible to watch, but I also remember thinking just in general, I didn't like her.
Yeah.
Like, I thought she was evil. Like, you know, like you have your nice teachers. Like our fourth grade teacher, shout out to Mrs. DePiro. She was great.
Yeah.
Myth.
She was a G, and you could tell that she cared about the kids.
Yeah, you could tell she really cared. So when you're going from that and then going into the history class with the evil nun that's like got a hunchback and she's... I don't know if she whacked the desk, but I can imagine her whacking a desk.
Yeah, for some reason I feel like she might
I
have
imagine
had
like a
ruler
ruler smacking the desk and us going, Mom, she smacked the desk with the ruler. And she went, I remember when we used to actually get slapped with a ruler. Sit down. And I'm like, bro.
That's a walk in the park.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
Your
but
desk, you're fine.
I-
Okay, what about the ruler that went in my coochie? Okay. So anyway,
we can't just gloss over that.
no, we were in Catholic school and we had a physical, and it's a running joke. We think it's funny. We had a physical in what were we? It was third grade, right? Not second, right? Maybe second, third.
I don't know. I would say third, maybe
Third
second.
grade, we had a physical.
We were children.
They're like, you got to wear gym clothes. We came to gym clothes. No warning.
Yeah.
Of what was to ensue.
And
we go
investigating our pussies.
We go into the nurse's office, and I distinctly remember the one nurse and then the one. I remember both of them, but I just don't remember the one's name. And I remember them ripping my pants down and looking at my coochie, and they took a popsicle stick and they were like inspecting, we'll say. And yeah, I went back to class and I was like, did they look at your, because we're kids, your hoochie boochie or whatever we called it? And they're like, yeah, it was weird. And I was like, did they put a popsicle stick in it? And the girl goes, I think it was Hannah. She goes, no, there must be something wrong with yours. I told my coworker that story and she went, oh my God, are you okay? I would have a complex for the rest of my life. And I was cracking up, not because of the popsicle in the Catholic school. She meant just because my student that I asked the question went, there must be something wrong with yours.
Bruh.
Oh, man.
But it was funny because we didn't, thought nothing of it.
Oh, we thought this was normal. This is normal, right? Everybody weigh in. But we thought it was normal. So I'm watching Exhibit A with my best friend Margot, and it's I think it's a Netflix documentary. They make it about anything. No, so it's about a Netflix documentary that the gymnasts go in, and they had a doctor that specifically saw them, and he was touching them, inspecting their stuff he shouldn't be doing. He's literally like a physical therapist or some shit. And so I was like, wait a minute. I paused the documentary. I'm like, wait a minute. And Margot looks me dead in the eye and goes, please don't tell me you're about to tell me. She's like, please don't tell me that you found out you were assaulted right now. Just right in this moment. And I started cracking up and I went, wait, hear me out. And I'm dying laughing. We're both dying laughing. And she went, I don't know what you're going to say, but I don't know why you're fucking laughing. And then I tell her and she was like, dude, that is not normal.
Yeah.
There's
Catholic
no
school,
way.
third grade. Anybody else, reach out. But I'm not going to say the location. But still, we tried to call them a couple years back, and we want to get some clarity on a situation that happened when we were in third grade at this location. The principal at the time was blah blah blah. This was the nurse, and no callback, obviously, because it's the fucking Catholic Church. But yeah, anybody
They're
else?
probably like, what the heck? And
Anybody
they
else?
we're kind of well known in the church because of our family. And I feel like if it was somebody that knew us that got the message, they'd be like, like the Pikachu meme, they're like, this cannot get out.
Yeah, fucking insane. But we're fine.
This
We don't
cannot
have
get out to our four listeners.
It's insane to say but we don't have any trauma from it because we thought that we were getting a physical.
I think that you
it might have been regular. It might have been not, but I don't think it was.
I don't have any trauma from it because I thought it was normal up until Exhibit A came out. What was that, like 4 years ago? Like, you know what I mean? You're finding it out in your adult years. You're like, well, right. That happened. You know?
Yeah, it is what it is. Well, that was episode 12. What a wild ride.
Yeah, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, well, y'all can just sit with that.
Have a great
see you
one.
in 2 weeks.